Hi, my name is Robert Flynn Johnson. I'm the curator emeritus of the Fine Arts Museum of San Francisco, and I'm pleased to have my exhibition, Edgar Degas, the Private Impressionist, here at the Cheekwood Museum in Nashville. People have asked me, why Edgar Degas? And the answer is, Edgar Degas, in my mind, is one of the most intriguing artists of the 19th century. He was kind of a curmudgeon in terms of his personality, yet he was the most insightful delineator of human condition in his works of art, and that he was so prolific in terms and experimental in terms of his vision, both in painting, in sculpture, in monotypes, in etching, even in photography, all of which are seen in this exhibition. The show is divided up into works by Edgar Degas and by works by Edgar Degas' contemporaries and friends. So there's works of art by Pizarro, Mary Cassatt, Paul Cezanne in the exhibition too. The works of art are primarily works on paper, drawings and prints. And one of the things that I hope people get when they come to the exhibition is not only to understand the art of Edgar Degas, but the person he was, the man Degas, who he was as a personality, as an individual, and also the era of which he lived. And that's where the works by Edgar's contemporaries come in. And so you get a real overview of the Impressionist period. And I'm so pleased that my exhibition that was formed over 40 years can come to a community like Nashville. One of the things that you can make the comparison to today in pop culture is that we all know if you say Madonna or Cher, you know who you're talking about. Well, it's the same with Degas. Here's a letter that Degas wrote to a close friend of his who was an artist. Did he sign it Edgar or E? No. He signed it Degas. So Degas thought of himself in the third person. Degas had a high esteem of himself. And that's okay, because it's the old saying, if you can do it, it's not bragging. It's kind of easy to put a show like this together of 105 works of art. All one needs is 40 years to do it, a lot of persistence, and a lot of luck. And you also cannot collect what's not for sale. One of the things about Edgar Degas, he was a very, very prolific artist. He kept most of the works of art. There's 21 drawings in this exhibition, every one of which was still in his portfolios when he died. And these works of art in time were dispersed over the years. And so there were a lot of opportunities to acquire Degas in the 1970s and 80s, and I was lucky enough to be able to get some of them. One of the works you see on the wall here is the first work of art I ever bought by Edgar Degas, which was in 1973. And everything about it is wrong. By that I mean, it's not a ballerina or a horse race or a woman bathing, which he's so much famous for. It's a little landscape of two trees, so it's kind of the wrong subject. It's the wrong medium. It's a monotype. It's not a drawing. It was like a printed drawing where the artist applies ink to a plate and runs it through the press. So it's a monotype, and it's very small. So it's small, the wrong subject, and the wrong medium. And so it was the first work of art I was able to buy for the collection. Somebody asked me, which was the drawing that's my favorite? And in a way, it's like asking, which of your 5 children do you leave out of the lifeboat or something? And so it's a very hard question to answer. But if I had one drawing that is a particular favorite, is this drawing of this beautiful young girl from the 1850s that Degas did on his first trip to Italy. It's the daughter of one of Degas' relatives. And besides this being an absolutely gloriously beautiful drawing on plum-colored paper of this beautiful little child, it was the hardest drawing for me to acquire. It was very expensive. I got it in the mid-70s, but I didn't have much money, and I actually had to sell a number of works of art in my collection to raise the money at the last minute to acquire it, and otherwise I would have lost it. This drawing, besides its beauty, it was really, really difficult to acquire, and I almost didn't get it. And so it reminds me that collecting is persistence, luck, and also the ability to collect within your means. I'm still astounded when I go through the exhibition, like here in Nashville, at the number of works of art and the interesting works of art I collected over the years.